Recently, the NFL has broke some news about some NFL players getting into trouble, and now we need to figure out how the teams are going to respond to that. Well, unfortunately, now the Bills have to think about that too. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Believers Talk. My name is Joe, and welcome to this breaking news edition of Believers Talk, where we bring you the most up-to-date Buffalo Bills news. Again, thank you for joining me. My name is Joe, and if you're new to this channel, guys, please be sure to hit that subscribe button as we continue to keep you up to date on all Buffalo Bills news, whether it be good or in this case, unfortunately, bad. This is not exactly one of those videos that I want to be bringing to you. This is not coverage or news that I want to be breaking, but has to be brought to Bills Mafia, to the Buffalo Bills fan base. But again, guys, before we continue this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, like this video, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about Ed Oliver. Overnight, Ed Oliver over in Houston, Texas, was arrested for a DWI, driving while intoxicated, and also for a unlawful carrying a weapon charge as well. He was unlawfully carrying a pistol in his car, according to reports. You know, it's funny, I just did a video that was gonna post tomorrow probably about hoping that the Buffalo Bills would stay out of trouble during this offseason. I've said it plenty of times here before, how I don't like bringing breaking news videos to you in May, June, July, because more than likely, if I'm breaking news to you during those months, it's not good news, right? It's not the news that you want to hear. And, you know, this past week in the NFL, we've heard about quite a few players getting into trouble. And I was hoping that Bills players would stay out of that, right? I was hoping that with the culture that Coach McDermott and Brandon Beane have brought to Buffalo, they were smarter than that. And it looks like, unfortunately, I was wrong in this case. So, you know, earlier this week, we heard about Giants player DeAndre Baker. We've heard about Seahawks player Quentin Dunbar being sought after by police, a warrant being out for their arrest for their involvement in a possible robbery. Obviously, that's still being investigated. They did turn themselves in to police. And then not too long ago, we heard about Cody Lattimore of the Washington Redskins get arrested for assault. So I was looking at this week and saying, man, I really hope that none of the Buffalo Bills players fall into that trap, right? That trap of, you know, we've been in quarantine for quite some time. The offseason really is just beginning for a lot of these players, and they've now been able to get out of their house a little bit now that quarantine's being lifted in some places. And again, I want to remind everyone, just be safe. Whatever you feel you need to do to be safe, to protect yourself, be sure to do that. But that's being lifted, right? So there's a lot of people getting out, having a good time. Nothing wrong with that. But you have to be smart. You have to follow the law. You have to do these things, especially if breaking the law could really impact your involvement in your profession. And in this case, it really could have a huge impact on Ed Oliver coming into the NFL season. So again, overnight last night, Ed Oliver was charged with a DWI, driving while intoxicated. And it's pretty stupid what happened. So he gets pulled over for a possible DWI, and don't you know he has a beer bottle in between his legs, right? He doesn't even try to put the beer bottle down, you know, may hide it in the back seat, nothing like that. Nope, right between his legs where the police officer can see it. I mean, yeah, once you're at that point, there's not much you can do. The police got you. But at the same time, you should have a beer bottle right between your legs, drinking it as the police officer pulls you over. And then they also found a pistol in his car, so he got charged with unlawfully carrying a weapon, which to me in Texas seems hard to do. I feel like, you know, Texas gun laws are pretty lax compared to other states. I feel like you really have to try to get charged with unlawfully carrying a weapon in Texas with their gun laws. I don't live down there, so I'm not sure how lax they are, but I hear they're pretty lax compared to other states. So that is what Ed Oliver got arrested for last night. Unfortunately, like I said, this will impact his NFL season. Last year, many of you already know it, last year Ed Oliver was a first-round draft pick by the Buffalo Bills, came into the 2019 NFL season and actually had to play more than it was initially expected after the Harrison Phillips injury. Had a pretty good season, and Bills fans were very excited about the prospect of him having a good 2020 NFL season. Some Bills fans were predicting double-digit sack numbers for Ed Oliver. And obviously, if this leads to a suspension, which I believe it well. I believe when you have a DWI and another charge with that, including a weapons charge, that's going to lead to some sort of suspension. Now, due to the new CBA, it's not like Roger Goodell is the judge, jury, and executioner here anymore. But that doesn't mean that there shouldn't be repercussions for your actions, and that probably will include at least a 3-game suspension. Let me know what you think in the comment section. How long of a suspension, or do you think Ed Oliver should get a suspension for his actions? I expect DeAndre Baker to get a suspension. I expect Quentin Dunbar to get a suspension. I expect Cody Lattimore to get a suspension depending on what investigations find in those 3 cases. But if those are all true, I also need to expect that Ed Oliver will get suspended during the NFL season. Like I said, I expect to be at least 3 games. Now, maybe they'll appeal it. It will go down to 2, but I expect the initial suspension to be at least 3 games. And unfortunately, he kind of deserves it here in this situation. You play in the NFL. You are supposed to be a model, role model for whether it be NFL fans or younger players coming up. We just got done with the NFL draft. The Bills just drafted a few good players, including a defensive end in A.J. Epineza, who you need to set an example for. I know it's just your 2nd year in the league, but you were our 1st-round draft pick. You were the stud guy. You're the guy that's going to be one of the pieces for a long time, hopefully, in that Buffalo Bills defense, and you go out and do something like this. Now, I know he's young. I know it's just a matter of, a bad judgment call, right? And everyone has these, right? Or at least a lot of people have these in the NFL. You hear about them from time to time. Hopefully, this is the only incident that we hear from, and in which case, that's fine. I mean, this is the first time the Buffalo Bills have really been in the news for something troublesome since Zay Jones got in trouble a few years back in that hotel room. We know there was that LaShawn McCoy incident, but up till now, no investigation has proven that LaShawn McCoy was behind that, so he never saw a suspension or anything like that. In fact, Zay Jones didn't even see a suspension for his involvement in that incident 2 or 3 years back. But in this situation, Ed Oliver, I believe that, with the Zay Jones case, he more caused a lot of damage to himself. With this case, Ed Oliver caused a lot of damage to a lot of different people driving while intoxicated. The call was put in by another driver. So obviously there was a driver on the road that saw this car acting erratically on the street. So he could have caused a lot of harm to somebody else. And that's just not cool. I don't care if you're an NFL player or if you're me or whoever you are. That's just not cool to be possibly injuring other people because of your actions. And I think Ed Oliver knows that. I think Ed Oliver is going to realize that. Hopefully this is a once and done type occurrence, but for the meantime, this is a bad look for Ed Oliver, and this is a bad look for the Buffalo Bills. I mean, again, a team that's coming in expected to win the AFC East, a team that now might be without one of their defensive stars to start the NFL season. So again, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you believe Ed Oliver is going to see a suspension because of this? And if you do, how many games do you think it's going to be? Like I said, unfortunately, I don't like bringing this type of news to you guys, but if you need Buffalo Bills breaking news, be sure to hit that subscribe button, as we will continue to keep you up to date on the Buffalo Bills. And we have videos coming out all this coming week, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. After you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. YouTube notifies you when we put out new content. I look forward to talking to you soon. I hope that's for good reasons. Until I do, go Bills.